Battle Creek city leaders are moving forward with new projects.
It's addressing the city's homeless population and the mental health needs of first responders. Just two priorities discussed at the latest city commission meeting. News Channel 3's Lexi Petrovich joining us live from City Hall in Battle Creek this morning. Lexi, you watched the meeting to track what commissioners are approving.
Yeah, good morning. I did. And there were several items that were discussed at last night's meeting. It was also the first in-person meeting city commissioners have had since the pandemic. Now, one of the biggest moves, city commissioners have authorized a homeless shelter grant agreement with the Battle Creek Community Foundation for $200,000. This will allow the Battle Creek Homeless Shelter to expand hours. It was initially created in response to COVID-19, and leaders say the issue of homelessness isn't one that they can back away from, especially now. First responders will also benefit from the decisions that were made during last night's meeting. City commissioners have approved a comprehensive brain health program to address the mental health needs of first responders, police, and fire in the city. The program comes out to an estimated 3-year amount of $271,350.
Few can deny the impact of trauma on our first responders. Daily, our first responders are exposed to all forms of trauma and in turn absorb and often retain the impacts of it over time.
For those of you who live or work in Battle Creek, city leaders are inviting you to participate in a highly anticipated meeting. A public hearing on the McCamley Plaza Units project is set for August 17th. Now, as I mentioned, this meeting yesterday was held in person, but now with concerns of the Delta variant lingering and cases rising, city officials did make the decision to move back to a virtual format, at least until Calhoun County is out of the substantial transmission level.
Well, if your kids were learning virtually all of last year and you were sending them back into an actual classroom for the first time in a year and a half soon, well, be forewarned, their school may have changed dramatically.
Yeah, Michigan faced a teacher shortage before the pandemic started, and now it's getting worse. News Channel 3's Kirk Mason has the alarming numbers of a two-sided problem: increasing retirements and fewer students heading to college to become teachers.
I've been talking to a lot of educators, and this is a huge concern for them and parents. Last year, we saw entire schools send kids home to learn virtually when a couple teachers called out sick, and there were no subs to come in, leaving parents scrambling to find childcare heading into the new school year. The numbers I've uncovered show the shortage is getting even worse. Anthony Barnes working on his home this time of year makes sense. He's a teacher on summer vacation. Now is when he has time, but he doesn't have as much time as you might think.
A lot of teachers have what I would call a side hustle. Myself, I'm teaching summer school.
With student loans and starting wages in Michigan that rank near the bottom of the country, the special education teacher at Kalamazoo's Hillside Middle School teaches in the morning. Afternoons are when he can work on his home. He's fixing window trim while also thinking about how many of his fellow teachers are being trimmed from the workforce.
And if you were on the fence about becoming an educator or retiring, the pandemic kind of forced your hand.
The pandemic is accelerating the rate at which Michigan teachers are retiring. In February, 105 Michigan teachers retired, about a 20% increase. 83 had been the highest number of retirements during February over the previous 5 years.
Pay is a big part of it. We are 41st in the country in starting pay for teachers.
Retirements are only part of the problem. The talent pool for schools to hire from is shrinking. Look at this dramatic drop in enrollment at WMU's College of Education. In 2011, they had almost 5,000 students. By 2020, they had fewer than 3,000.
We're losing more teachers than we're bringing in, so you have that gap, and it's becoming very serious.
WMU's College of Education is using a new federal grant to help get Kalamazoo public schools more teachers. July 1st, 21 future teachers enrolled in the new Urban Teacher Residency Program. It takes employees in a school district doing other jobs and trains them in a year to become teachers.
So they could, receive this master's degree and certification without paying a dime.
It's the type of program Michigan might need more of. It's now becoming more difficult for school districts to rely on long-term substitute teachers to fill the gap. many districts face a sub shortage. Portage schools already have signs up looking for subs. Anthony Barnes says if teacher pay and respect for the profession don't both increase, Michigan's teacher shortage could get worse.
Commonly, we hear how great it is to be a doctor or a lawyer or, push people into engineering. And all those fields are wonderful, but I want people to realize how wonderful education is too.
Just about an hour to vote in today's special election. In Kalamazoo County, voters deciding the future of elementary schools in the Portage Public Schools District.
School leaders are asking you to approve a $175 million bond proposal to make significant changes. News Channel 3's Lexi Petrovich is live at Central Elementary School right now. And Lexi, with such an expansive price tag, voters should know this actually won't cost them any extra money.
Good morning. That's right. If approved, this would not result in a tax increase. That's because an existing bond will be paid off this year. Now, I'm live at Central Elementary School. This is the first facility I'm told would be replaced should voters approve the bond proposal today. This is just one of 5 aging schools that are 50 to 60 years old each. The district plans to replace. The others are Amberley, Angling Road, Haverhill, and Woodland. They would also use the money to renovate Mooresbridge Elementary School, as well as help alleviate overcrowding in schools in the district, allow for some updated modern technology, enhance safety and security at schools, and heating and cooling systems. Portage has already made some improvements to several high schools and middle schools in the district. School leaders say today's vote will decide the future of elementary buildings, which are dealing with significant infrastructure concerns right now.
People in the past have supported our district and our students by passing bond issues, even if it didn't benefit their kids. And I think we have to look into the future and what do our kids deserve to remain competitive in a very competitive world. So, their support is important to, kind of paying it forward to future generations of students.
Now take a look at this. This is video the district shared with us of the current state of these school buildings. This is what they say the public often doesn't see, the wear and tear of some of these school facilities. They tell me this whole project would take about 10 years to complete if approved. I've detailed all of this project on our website. It's live right now on WWMT.com. You can head there to read more.